What is going on, IF Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and in this video, I'm gonna explain intermittent fasting. Okay, so I've gotten this question a lot, and I'm talking about a lot of times. A lot of newcomers to the channel and newcomers to the videos are confused as to what exactly intermittent fasting is. And I know I've touched on it so many times, but I want to dedicate a video to just explaining intermittent fasting because I want to make sure that I catalog every question and give you guys every possible answer. So I need this video to exist. I've never made it for intermittent fasting itself. I did explain the warrior diet efficiency, but I want this video to exist so that it can help everybody out there when it comes to intermittent fasting. And I want to be able to answer all of your questions. Of course, before I start, remember I have the campaign still running. January 12th, it ends for the shirt. You can get either the IF Warrior shirt, the Fuel Fast Focus shirt, or Intermittent Fasting Glory. Go ahead and click on the one that you want. All the links to the shirts will be in the description below, and I'll probably have it in the end card at the end for the Intermittent Fasting Glory shirt, which is the best selling shirt so far. If you want to go ahead and purchase that one, you can. And I just want to remind you guys that I am going to do the first 5 people that send me the photos, but just to let you know, until the campaign ends, none of the shirts are going to be shipped, so everyone has the same amount of time and chance to send me those photos. So don't feel that it's too late because the video's been out since last week. No one's going to get their shirts shipped to them until the campaign is ended. Once the campaign has ended, everyone will get the shirt shipped at the same exact time. All you got to do is take the picture with the shirt on and ask me any question, and I will put you on the video with the picture answering your specific question. So now let's get into this video. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is a system in which you fast for a certain amount of time, which is you do not eat for a certain amount of time, and then you feed. So it's fasting and feeding. So you have fasting windows and you have feeding windows. The fasting windows are the times where you do not eat. The feeding windows are the times where you do eat. Now, one thing that I want to clear up for a lot of people is that intermittent fasting is not really a diet. It is not about what you eat, but it's about when you eat. That is the biggest difference between intermittent fasting and almost every other diet out there. Every other diet tells you to eat a specific amount, or eat this much, or eat that much, or do this, or eat that specific food. Intermittent fasting does none of that. Intermittent fasting simply tells you to eat in this time frame and then do not eat in this time frame. So basically you're eating in a smaller time frame of the day and you're fasting for the majority of the day. There are multiple different intermittent fasting systems that you can take. For example, I do the warrior diet. It's 6 hours of eating and 18 hours of fasting. So you have a 6-hour feeding window, 18-hour fasting window. Yes, sleeping counts. If you're sleeping for 8 hours, that is considered 8 hours of fasting. The reason breakfast is called breakfast is because you are breaking fast. When you wake up, you have fasted for a certain amount of time and you are now breaking your fast, which is breakfast. That is where the name derives from. It derives from you actually being in a fasted state for a short amount of time, for 8 hours or 9 hours or 7 hours, whatever it is, and then you breaking it. There are other ones as well called eat, stop, eat. Eat, stop, eat asks you to eat one day and then not eat the next, and then eat one day and then not eat the next. Doesn't necessarily mean that you eat Monday but not Tuesday and then Wednesday, vice versa. You can time it however you like. It's just a 24-hour period. If you, for example, stop eating at 6 p.m. Monday, then you can eat again at 6 p.m. Tuesday, because that would have completed a 24-hour cycle. So you can still refrain from eating in a 24-hour period while still eating every calendar day if you wanted to set it up that way. There's also the lean gains, which I always recommend to newcomers that have trouble fasting or wrapping their minds around the concept of fasting. The lean gains allows you to eat for 8 hours and fast for 16 hours. So that is also incorporating sleep. So if you do 8 hours of sleep, then you only really have 8 hours of fasting while being awake. One beautiful thing about intermittent fasting is that you can fuse diets with intermittent fasting. So as I explained in my last video about the ketogenic diet, you can actually take the ketogenic diet and implement it with the intermittent fasting to create an even more powerful system of fat loss and focus. That is exactly what intermittent fasting is. You're fasting intermittently. Now understand that the longer you fast, the more body fat storage will be tapped into, which means more body fat burning for you. So if you only eat 1 hour a day, you will probably be in the most heightened state of body fat burning. However, as explained in previous videos, the practicality may not be there, because the ultimate goal is to be able to do this for the rest of your life. If you can pull off eating just 1 hour in the same exact hour every single day without fail for the rest of your life, then I say go for it. But in more practical terms, it is best for you to have a leeway of at least 4 hours, in my opinion, which will let you, if for example you can't start eating exactly at 2:30, but your eating window ends at 6:30, and then you finally get home at 3:30, you can eat within that time frame and you will still be within your 4 hours. If you can eat at 2:30, then you get like a 2:30 meal, you can get a 4:30 meal, and you can get a 6 o'clock meal. It gives you more leeway while still being very, very aggressive in the fat burning by letting you fast for 20 whole hours every single day. So just to recap and to make sure that everyone gets it, intermittent fasting just means that you have a eating window which is smaller than your fasting window, and you fast for that large amount of time. So the warrior diet that I use, perfect example, is 2:30 to 6:30. So after 6:30 is done, I fast for 20 hours until I come all the way back around to 2:30, and once I hit 2:30, I can continue to eat again. I eat all of my calories, all of them within that 2:30 to 6:30 mark, and then I fast again all the way back until I go to 2:30, and I will repeat and repeat and repeat every single day. I hope you liked the video, guys, and I hope it helps you understand exactly what intermittent fasting is. Don't forget to go out and get those shirts. January 12th is the last day of the campaign. You got one here, you got one here, and you got one right here. Go ahead and click on Intermittent Fasting Glory, which will come up as an end card. On the bottom, I'll have the list of all 3 of the shirts, and you can click on any of those links to take you to any one that you want to wear. They're all really good, and they're all really cool. Have a great one, IF Warriors. I will see you next week. Peace out.